After high school, it was, there was people going their certain ways. People did sports in school and stopped, and then they did something else. And I happened to stick with it. I still wrestled a little bit until I had to move out of my aunt's house. Then had to get a job. And then my mom ended up passing away in 2011. And so from then, I stopped grappling for about a year. And I moved to South Orange County with my other aunt. And I met one of my good friends now to this day. He's like, hey man, you look like a wrestler. You ever wrestle? I was like, yeah, that's where I'm from. He's like, oh, I do jiu-jitsu. And I was like, well, I happen to want to learn jiu-jitsu. He's like, teach me how to do jiu-jitsu or wrestling, and I'll teach you how to do jiu-jitsu. And I was like, deal. And so he took me to my first school, which was a one-on-one fight team in San Juan Capistrano. And the rest is history.
You're ready? Go.
My mindset hasn't really changed. It's always been the same, and my mindset is to joke around, to suck less every day, suck a little less every day. Don't, but obviously not so, to the extreme, but to get to have little goals, right, in the tournament, okay, or in your training. Okay, my goal is to not get passed more than twice today. Not get submitted more than twice today, or the goal is don't get passed at all, and to have those little goals, right? And then so my mindset is, okay, let's see, okay, I know this guy's a tough guy. He gives me hell every time. Oh man, he's a tough roll every time. You can't shy away from it.
See that? I heard that on the seminar.
It was good. I'm glad you got me back up to the scramble.
Shit.
And just
that's the real life. That's the real life.
It wasn't the first, it wasn't the second, it was the third takedown and finally got it.
Yeah.
So.
Before I slowed you down.
Yeah.
I slowed you down. Slow down.
Yeah.
And counter. So I think I was a little bit ahead. I think you created a good scramble. You reversed it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe I trees to something like that.
It depends on whether or not they would have called it a card pull.
Yeah.
If they would have called a card pull advantage.
I think at the end, a flying armbar, then I'll be like,
Nine here.
So Tom moved a few months ago, and since the beginning, he showed a different game. He showed some good drills. He's been teaching some of the classes. He was a big help. I end up going to Brazil a lot to visit family and do jiu-jitsu business. So since he's been here, he's covered class for over a month, and all the students speaks highly of him, of his class, of his style, of his passion, of everything that he shared on the mats on his class. So we're very lucky and honored to have him. I'm excited to see him compete on a stage, and I think it's just the beginning of a huge and excellent grappling career.
My whole life, if you don't stop me from talking, I'll just keep talking. So feel free to set me on track.
Would you consider yourself a country boy?
Yeah, oh yeah. I say I'm a I'm a part-time cowboy, but a full-time country boy, because I work here 5 days a week, so I get to be a cowboy. You know, I can't claim the title of a real cowboy because I don't live out doing it all day, every day, you know. I'm just a hand at this ranch. But I grew up in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, in the country there, in the Rocky Mountains, top left corner. And I definitely embraced the country boy lifestyle and wanting to get back to this right when I left home. Something I didn't appreciate growing up, and then I moved to Los Angeles for music school, and I was like, whoa, this is a little different. I don't know, thousands of these every summer off of horses. It's impossible to get them all. You only focus on the ones that are in bad places. Yeah, I write all my own music. It's something, I believe this about my jiu-jitsu as well. You know, about anything creative I do actually is I can't always force it. My favorite thing about doing music and writing songs is I have to become naturally inspired by real life events and real stories that I have, and when I write about those, it just flows out and becomes natural, and that's my favorite part. I can write a song. I could write a song every day if I had to, but it just wouldn't be as heartfelt. Right now, I'm working on releasing a song in June, actually, a tribute song to my little sister who we lost this last summer. I told you a little bit about her. It's my favorite song I've ever written, and I'll be putting that out officially in June, and I'll be doing a whole music video and all of that. And it's a song that celebrates her life and her journey into my vision of her journey into heaven, and because I know that that's where she is with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But that's the thing I'm mainly working on now. I'm also working on breaking her cult and hopefully filming that. Well, I am filming it all, but hopefully making an awesome documentary out of that one day. But his name is Bomba, and so you got to meet him. And then I'm also trying to do as much jiu-jitsu as my schedule will let me, because that's, you know, I've been training jiu-jitsu for coming on 12 years, something that's always been a major passion of mine. So I gotta. It's also an addiction, you know, competing and all that. I used to compete so much, and now I'm in a phase now where I'm right back in it. I'm mat hungry, you know.
I think, well, first off, all events are pretty cool. This one's kind of special because of, I like the format. I think it's cool, right? It's a submission only. You don't have to worry about, somebody passes your guard. It's not, the fight's not over, right? You don't have to worry about time running out and you losing by points. So the format of this is cool. It fits him perfect because he's a grinder. He does not give up. He don't quit. He does chase submissions. So it's going to be fun to see what he can do in this tournament. What I would tell all of my students is don't worry about winning and losing. If you do, that's when people start having anxiety. It's hard to not be a little anxious. I always called it anxious. People are, you nervous? Nah, I'm pretty anxious to get out there. Nervous is different than being anxious, in my opinion. Well, it is a fact. So if I can just keep him from thinking about what happens if I lose, that kind of stuff. So I learned that from my instructor, Master Lloyd Irvin, and that's how I try to teach my guys.
This is from the 1940s, out of a Sears catalog. This is the only thing I asked for whenever my granddad passed away last year. And I was like, this is it. This is all I want.
Would you consider yourself a country boy?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Die-hard country boy. Don't let the looks deceive you. I know how to get down with the best of them. I mean, I grew up hunting, fishing, playing in the creek, catching crawdads, frog gigging, you name it, every day. So I would absolutely consider myself a country boy. If I could just do this in jiu-jitsu all the time, I think I'd be all right, man. I was a troubled kid, troubled youth. I got into skateboarding really early, which also got me into a lot of trouble with the law and things of that nature. I really had a problem with fighting in school, and when I was about 17, after I got expelled from a couple of schools, I found jiu-jitsu through two of my buddies. One of them had been doing jiu-jitsu at Nashville MMA. His name is Jonathan Hilliard, and he and my friend Fletcher, he was like, man, y'all got to come to jiu-jitsu. And anyway, I tried it the first time, and I was hooked.
Listen, this is gonna be the greatest haircut you've ever seen. You're gonna be joking about it. You're gonna be joking about it. You're gonna be saying, wow, what a great haircut. I'm gonna win best hair competition this weekend. You're gonna be like, oh my god, look at this guy's life. Dude, wait some more. Just wait till we start rolling and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be taking over, taking your back. Gonna choke you out.
Is anyone else from your gym doing this thing on Saturday?
No, just
you. Who else is, do you know who you're fighting?
I have no idea. Well, I take that back. I know two of them.
Are they from here?
And I got to watch several of them roll at the Nashville Open.
Are they from here? No.
The sources are, listen, word gets out, man. People were trying to get info on me, and then it backfired on them.
Really? You gotta be beautiful for other ladies. You gotta be joking about it.
But he helped me a ton. Like, without his direction, powerlifting is measured in pounds in total. I would have left 200 pounds off my total of all time if I wasn't training with him. He was really high level. Benching, mid fives. And so just training around him made me so much better. But, things happen, you move on, and you decide that that's not really what you want to do anymore. And that's like right when I started doing Jiu-Jitsu is when I did my last powerlifting meet. I did pretty well, felt good about it. Went and did Jiu-Jitsu the next Monday, it was a Saturday, and was like, I like this. This was a lot of fun. And it was challenging and new, and I was really bad at it. So it was great to kind of move into something else that, was still athletic and was still competitive, but it wasn't just lifting weights, right? Because the weights don't fight back, just lift them. And then I'm excited to compete against people locally, people that are kind of in our area and stuff. I think that that's really fun. Obviously, I get to compete with a lot of people in the Nashville area, but getting people from East and West Tennessee to come and compete is a lot of fun. Get to see some new faces and get some different looks and stuff like that. So excited for that aspect, and excited to test myself. Also, it's every competition is an opportunity to kind of see where you're at and look to where you're going to go after. So this will be another opportunity to do that as well. Winning to me is, I hate, me and my professor talk about this a lot. There's two types of people. There's people who hate to lose, and there's people who love to win. I definitely hate losing. Winning to me is a product of you doing the right thing and doing everything right. Obviously winning makes the event more fun. Losing is the worst. I think losing just sucks. And I would much rather, that's why I think competing is sometimes more difficult for me, because sometimes you have that battle of if I don't compete, I won't lose. And getting over that hump is really, I think, a big part of my jiu-jitsu journey is getting over that feeling of, losing is a part of all sports. Everyone loses. The best people in the world have lost. And so for me, I try to compartmentalize that a little bit, but I definitely hate losing. And winning to me is more about getting to say, I demonstrated my jiu-jitsu to the best of my ability. That's what winning usually means. With any sport, it'd be the same thing. If I was powerlifting or playing a team sport, usually a win is indicative of you doing everything right. Losing is an indicative of a place where you can grow, right? And you can change and you can get a little bit better. Winning doesn't show you nearly as much of your problems as it does show you what you're good at.
So I kick the flip-flops off, and then we start playing football. I go to juke them out. It rained the day before. I plant my foot, and I go to turn, and I just hear, and it broke in 3 places.
Don't get me wrong, when we're facing off against each other, I'm coming after it, I'm giving it everything I got.
Once prematurely, we get the orders to come out here, and it was more like, oh snap, I wasn't ready for it that fast.
I'm only going to be in my 20s once in my entire life, right? And I'm just trying to make the most of my youth.